I really can't remember going through something hard, because if something happens to me and I realize that it's going to affect me a certain type of way, what I try to do, I try to sit down, gather myself, and figure out how am I going to get through this and work on it. I really don't sit and wallow in the whole situation and all of that, no. And I also pray, and I also do meditation. I pray and I also do meditation, and I write. So if I'm going through something, I write, I talk to myself and figure out what can I do, how am I going to not let this affect me to the point where I'm not functional, and then I work on it. So if I go through something, I don't wallow in it for it to become like a very bad place. It happens, I gather myself, I write, figure out what I'm going to do, and then I just move forward to it. And it's always good to ask for help and talk to other persons who might have gone through the same situation, and they can also give you tips and advice on how to work it. And there's always YouTube people sharing how they have been through other stuff, and you can take tips from all of those things, and and work through it. And there are also biblical solutions. There's almost for everything there's a biblical solution. So there are many ways, but a lot of people don't really know. They are not really educated to think a certain type of way. A lot of people don't use the internet correctly. They just use it for like social media and stuff. So a lot of people will be going through depression, and they don't know that they can use the internet to like learn how to battle at the specific thing that you're going through, because almost everything out there that somebody has gone through, they are posting it, they are sharing how they got through it, or even if they're going through it now, they post that they are going through it, this is what they are doing now, this is what, and it's all there. But that is what I do. Those are the things that I list are what I do.
Alright, the hardest thing I've ever been through is raising my 4 girls all by myself with a little help from fathers. They are now 32. The biggest one is 32, the one follow she's 31, the other one is 27, and one is 25 now. How did I get through? I go on the road and sell a lot of things like skeleton time to meet anything I get to sell. Sometimes the bigger one them go school and the smaller one them doesn't. Like when exam time, I send the bigger ones and the smaller ones wait. I'll help them at home. And I continue to do what I have to do because they are mine. The father may not helping me with them or may give me a little help, but I do my best in taking care of my girls. And they are all grown now, doing things for themselves, and I feel like I'm a proud mom doing it. And what I'm telling everybody out there, when you have your children, whether father is there, yes or no, just try your best as a single parent to do what you have to do to take care of them, because they didn't ask to come here. You go and get them. And they are all grown now, and all of them returning, helping me in the very best way they can. They make me be a happy and a proud mom. So you ladies out there, please, I'm asking you as a single mom, just be there for your kids. Because you're not doing it to expect in return, but from their good kids, they are going to remember where their mom come from with them, so they're going to help them in return.
Alright, the hardest thing I've been through is my whole life experience has been difficult, because I've been growing up, when I was born, my father took me from my mother when I was 2 months old. I never knew my mother until when my father died. My father died when I was 7 years old, and them time I end up finding out that I have a mother. and then now I find out that I have brother and sister. But past experiences when I can tell you about, I almost went to jail for weed, Rona, Portmore, the 100-man police station. And the only reason why they picked me up is because I have a tamp on my head. And he picked me up, and then now, when he handcuffed my hand, and then now, he put me in the car. But when the place where he picked me up, he see some youth in an alley, I smoke weed, so he pick up one of them, would show him spliff. And then now, when he pick him up and carry on 100 man, he process the youth there first, and the youth they end up get processed. When him process, he sell the full, so me could get processed. So then now the big lady now that one of the big top police them in the department say, what wanna do with the youth here? Wanna let him go because I can't book him because sell full. And then no, that's how I never get to go jail for weed or my thumb. And I mean reason why them take me up at the thumb. Other experiences, I almost lose my life couple times. Well, one time when I was traveling with my friend in the night, and I was walking by Newland there, behind a Newland side there, so, and then a man jump out and say, well, don't move. But me now, I'm not afraid of people and I'm not fear. So me now say uncle name so and so, and my uncle dead, but him know my uncle same way. And when I call my uncle name now, him say, oh, alright, you're cool. Him no bother rob me. Him just seal off my hand and beg me $50 and I give him $20. Because $20 alone I have in my pocket. And me and my brethren and one little youth did that travel. So I hold away, would I get hold up if I never me. Couple other instances, I ride and broke my hand. In a 2 year back, I did a ride my bicycle and broke my hand. Right now, metal in my hand right now. So that's about it still. And I give God thanks that I'm still there because I could have lose my life and drop off my bicycle. But I don't lose it, I'm there. Yeah.
Well, the hardest part since Corona come through, you know, because I always work for myself, so it's not really hard that much there before Corona come through. So now, I good still because I struggle me to apple and I give my kids them what they're supposed to get, so everything good, man.
Well, in my view, the hardest thing I've been through from that time coming up, most of the things that I've been through, seeing that I've overcome most of them. This present 1 year, the COVID, because, it is pandemic, and it is a first for this 2020 generation, you know what I mean? So, I say COVID is the hardest because it set back my livelihood. It drive out a fear in me and my family, you know what I mean? Based on the effect that we see that it has taken upon other people that are inhabitants of this earth also, you know what I mean? So, in my view, I say this COVID thing, but we still a pray. You know what I mean, and I hold faith and I give thanks unto the Almighty for life, health and strength and a farm and a sense of security from that time to this time during this pandemic season. So I would have said the COVID really, Rastafari live forever and ever.
Studying, pursuing my degree, and at the same time found out that I was pregnant. It was hard in the beginning, because friends thought that a person like me who's supposed to know certain things should not have allowed that to happen to me at the time. Being a Christian in the church, and I had roles, a functional Christian in the church, and had responsibilities. Determined persons, one or few persons looked at me in a different light. However, the church itself, the church that I attend, they were very supportive of me. Few friends, as I said before, thought, it was a kind of mistake. How should a person like you make a mistake like that? It played tricks on my mind at the beginning, because I thought that nothing, that's it now, life done for nobody, I kind of felt unloved at the moment, but I found comfort in praying. I spoke to God and I said, God, why me? I mean, I do this now. Am I still your child? I questioned it. I also wrote poems, and I kept a journal, and each day I would go and I write something on how I'm feeling. And after a while, I found that I was getting over it slowly but surely. And the funniest thing about it is that what I was studying is guidance and counseling. And so I felt as if I would have failed even myself. And how do I speak to a person about this when I put myself in that position for this to happen to me? But these things can really affect us. However, we have to be strong, and we have to find that extra thing to tap into, that extra strength from inside, whether it means that you're going to talk to somebody who will not be judgmental and will not judge you for what you have done, and somebody who will help you along the way, talk to you, you open up to, or you pray and talk to God about it. I mean he's the one who will never judge us, and my word is that I went through this and it was hard, but I know that other persons out there might have gone through and is still going through. But the key to it is that never give up. Never give up. Find back yourself, and never ever felt as if you are not worth it. Whatever it is that you are going through, you can talk about it, pray, write about it, find someone to confide in and talk to.
Well, the hardest thing that I've ever been through in life was coexisting with other people that lacked reasoning. Myself, being a reasonable person as well, I try to find common ground with everyone who I interact with, because I myself is a reasonable person. I like to reason out things, and I'm a problem solver. So I like to find common ground with everyone who I meet with. So it's a trait to compromise with certain situations. But we live in a society where we have to coexist with different types of people, with different types of beliefs and ideals. And a lot of people may be reluctant to give a reasoning ear to see what's your other view and how you see things. And your view might be better, and the other person's view might be also well. But to come to a common ground, I guess it's conceitedness, So how I've dealt with it, I tend to walk away. That's the best thing I could do. That's the best thing anyone could do, is to walk away from affliction, because it's the temperament. A lot of people don't have a good temperament, and they might take certain situations to a level where they believe that you're trying to impede their way of living. But it's not to impede, it's to find a common ground where everyone could coexist. It's not taking away your identity. It's just to get the job done, to do the right thing. That's it. Not putting anyone out there in a situation where they have to force to compromise. You understand? I believe everyone needs to win. Everyone needs to get their fair share. I believe in equity. That's the message.